The following is not suitable for children under the age of 18. It contains coarse language, sexual references, as well as my own personal views and opinions. All characters of the show are fictional and are made for fun, not harm. You are listening to the Sky Genie Show, the worst show ever. Hit the music! Hello my masters and welcome to the Sky Genie Show, the absolute worst show ever. We're on episode 39 of the Sky Genie Show. A bit of breaking news besides my hand. And no, it wasn't because of the attractiveness of my new co-host, Kitten Kim. Wait, should I say that? Oh well, she's a sport. But episode 39 was supposed to be the debut of Kim. But sadly, due to weather reasons, there was a cyclone up in Queensland, and it's fucking up the weather, and it's fucking up internet connection. And while where I am, I'm not in a place where we get effects from cyclones. We do get the aftermath. That's pretty much the bad weather. Hopefully it'll be over by the time I do the live show, but we'll see about that. So sadly, this will be probably a short show, because I did plan and write material for the show, and pretty much this part of the segment is all meant to be about Kim, introducing Kim, telling what she's on the show for and what she's promoting and all that, but hey, it goes out the window. There's no Jenny Junior updates or anything like that, sorry. But to try and make this a little bit longer, I'll try and wing something out. Maybe I'll go on by mentioning this week there'll be no Ring of Honor or TNA Impact or whatever the fuck it's called reviews, as WrestleMania week, come on, it gets really busy. Nobody has the time and nobody gives a fuck, because there's way too much wrestling on, there's way too much going on, way too many shows, and that's that. But with the Ring of Honor pay-per-view, if I get a chance to watch it, I am going to do a special review on the Sky Genie Show page. So, on the website, skygenieshow.weebly.com. So, that way, I'll give something to the site and something to update. And if all goes well, Saturday 8th is when I plan to start going live weekly. Now, that could change if Kim and I feel we're still not ready for live, get a rhythm of the show. But that's the plan. Any update I'll give on the show page, the fan page. I follow that for the news part of it. And updates on that. I really can't think of anything else. As I said, due to last minute changes, this will pretty much be a thrown together show. So coming up after the break, the wrestling news and the reviews of Raw and Smackdown. For interesting discussion and debates on professional wrestling, check out Johnny Florida, Michael Corvin, and Old Man Jenkins on Wrestling's National Committee. They talk a wide range of topics on the world that is pro wrestling. Check them out on Wednesday at 9 p.m. on Mixlr. Are you looking for a good laugh? Then check out Getting the Corner. Getting the Corner. Da Corner. Da Corner. With hosts Yuck Nasty and Dogger Baby. Every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. on Mixlr. Check them out on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. on Mixlr. If you're looking for a very professional show to listen to the Solomonster Sounds of. His show, smokes this one entirely, is a very informative show. Join Jason Solomon as he gives his thoughts on the current events of professional wrestling. Catch his show on Podbean, Stitcher or iTunes. Also check out Jason Solomon's YouTube page where he does extras for pay-per-view shows or interviews with wrestlers in the business. Jason has interviewed the likes of Diamond Dallas Page, Bob Hardcore Holly, the legendary Jim Ross, and even Booker T. Definitely a show worth checking out. Welcome back, and now for the wrestling news. Mauro Ranallo has missed the third week of Smackdown tapings this week. Dave Meltzer has apparently broke the story that apparently tensions between Mauro Ranallo and JBL have risen, with multiple jabs on Mauro, on commentary, and on Twitter. And I gotta say, this is nothing new of JBL. He has been known to bully people in the past. Joey Styles was one of them. Although Joey Styles ended up knocking him the fuck out. But still, there's no place for bullying anywhere. Goldberg has spoken on the Edge and Christian podcast about his current run in WWE and how he is miserable. He is apparently not happy about the training that he is doing to prepare for WrestleMania. And if you're really going to be bitchy about the training, why are you doing it in the fucking first place? James Rude Boy Riley, who was a WWE tryout at the Performance Center, was charged with possession of child pornography. You are a sick fuck, and you should rot in prison. That's all I got to say about that. And that is all for the wrestling news. After the break, wrestling reviews of Raw and Smackdown. For fans of the Sky Genie Show, please also make sure to check out Wrestling Soup. They drop at 9:30 on Thursday. Join hosts Anthony Missionary Thomas and Joey Numbers as they lightheartedly talk about the world that's happening in professional wrestling, as well as other current events. While over there, please make sure to check out the Saturday Morning Shitbox. Have your voice and question heard as Mish and Joey answer questions on their thoughts of professional wrestling or anything else going around in the world. That show drops on Saturday morning-ish. The weeks it doesn't air is because they're doing pay-per-view Sunday. Yes, whenever there's a WWE pay-per-view, Mish and Joey usually review it, sometimes with John Draper. They also have shows on Stitcher and iTunes. If you want to catch the boys live, check them out on Mixlr. For fans of the show, please also check out the Don, Tony, and Kevin Castle show. Don, Tony, and Kevin Castle show is a hard-hitting, with brutal honesty type show, as they give their views on the world of professional wrestling and WWE. They're also on Stitcher and iTunes. If you want to catch them live, listen to them on Mixlr. And we are back, and now for the Raw review. Show starts out with Bayley out to cut a promo. Charlotte then comes out and cuts a promo. Then Sasha Banks comes out and cuts a promo. And after Sasha Banks comes Nia Jax. Then they all brawled till they went to commercial. After the break, there was a tag team match between Sasha Banks and Bayley versus Charlotte and Nia Jax. After a pretty good match, the winners were Sasha Banks and Bayley. There was a backstage interview with Sami Zayn, where Stephanie McMahon comes in and makes him fight for his job against Kevin Owens. Then we get Austin Aries versus Noam Dar. Neville was on commentary, and after a pretty good match, Austin Aries gets the win via submission. They have a contract signing between Triple H and Seth Rollins for WrestleMania, with the stipulation of it being non-sanctioned. They sign it, Triple H attacks, goes to hit him with a pedigree, Seth gets out of it, and beats Triple H with the crutch. We then had a random battle royal with the Big Show becoming the winner. After the match, Braun Strowman comes out and says he will win the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. There is a backstage interview with the club. Then there is a backstage interview with Roman Reigns. There was a New Day segment. Then there was a backstage interview with Cesaro and Sheamus, and the club attacks them with chairs. A ladder. Don't know why I said chairs there, but maybe I wanted a TLC match. We then had Neville versus Jack Gallagher, and after a really good match, Neville gets the win. After the match, Austin Aries has a news bulletin where he interviews New Day. New Day predicts that Austin Aries will become the new Cruiserweight champion. Roman Reigns comes out to cut a promo on The Undertaker and wants to retire him. Undertaker, who is digging a grave, comes on the Titantron and says it will be his final resting place. Undertaker then appears in the ring and tells Roman Reigns that he will rest in peace. Now, what I got from that vignette, that it was going to be a Buried Alive match, but they must have scrapped it last minute because they had no mention of a Buried Alive match after it. Kaz and Enzo come out and do their usual stick on the promos. Then we had Kaz and Enzo versus the club. That went to a no contest when Sheamus and Cesaro came out and attacked the club, then attacked Big Kaz and Enzo with a ladder. They all brawled, and that was it. And we found out later that it's going to be a ladder match, but why they didn't say it on the show is beyond me, but oh well. We then had Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn in a really good match. Your winner after Samoa Joe and Chris Jericho got involved was Sami Zayn. After the match, Kevin Owens goes to attack Sami Zayn, and Chris Jericho makes the save. He then puts Kevin Owens on the top of his new list. Then we had Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman out to cut a promo on Goldberg. Goldberg comes out to confront Lesnar, cut a promo, and then they brawled. Goldberg then spears Lesnar, goes in the ring and poses to end the show. Overall, I thought it was an okay show, but the Taker segment should have closed it. But it didn't have a real go-home feel, but it was a really good Raw for what it was. And that is the Raw review. And now for the Smackdown review. Show opens up with a contract signing between AJ Styles and Shane McMahon. They go on, they sign it, they go to fight, but Bryan breaks it up, tells them to shake hands, but AJ leaves. We then had Becky Lynch versus Carmella after a terrible match, winner by DQ Carmella, after Mickie James and Alexa Bliss got involved. They went to break, they came back, and it was now a tag team match with Becky Lynch and Mickie James versus Alexa Bliss and Carmella. After a really boring match, Carmella and Alexa Bliss get the win. After the match, they brawl. Naomi comes out, making her return, and she grabs a microphone and announces that she'll be in the match for the Women's Championship for Smackdown. Tyler Breeze, dressed as Nikki, wants to enter the Women's Championship match. Brian says no, and says he has an opportunity for him and Fandango to be in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Then we come to easily the best segment of the show, Miz TV and Maurice. They do a continuation on the Total Bella spoof with the Miz dressed up as John Cena, Maurice as Nikki Bella. Then they do a spoof on Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella as well. They do it between ad breaks, so they do part one on the first ad break, then when they came back, they did another one. After this, Cena and Nikki come out to confront them. They go on and on. Cena challenges Miz and Maurice, but they back off and leave. We then had a 10-man tag team match. American Alpha, Slater and Rhino and Mojo Rawley versus Breezango, the Usos, and Dolph Ziggler. After a good decent match, American Alpha, Slater and Rhino, and Mojo Rawley win. Luke Harper cuts a promo looking at the light. Then we get for the main event, Bray Wyatt versus Luke Harper. After a really great main event, Bray Wyatt gets the win. After the match, Orton appears on the Titantron and cuts a promo and pretty much kills Sister Abigail's dead corpse as SmackDown ends. Overall, it was a mixed show with that was pretty much a throwaway show for WrestleMania, but it was there, and that was the SmackDown review. And I'd like to thank you all for listening to this episode of the Sky Genie Show. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on my website, skygenieshow.weebly.com. On Facebook, it's the Sky Genie Show page. On Twitter, it's SDD916. Thank you all for listening, and I'll catch you later.